Welcome along, fellow time travelers. This time around, we're going to check out Friar Park Studio, George Harrison's creative haven. Before I begin, please like and share the show and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now let's begin our journey. In 1970, George Harrison and Patty Boyd purchased Friar Park, a sprawling Victorian neo-Gothic mansion in Henley-on-Thames, England, for £140,000. The estate, originally built in 1889 by Sir Frank Crisp, was in such disrepair that the couple could not immediately occupy the mansion. Instead, they settled into the Middle Lodge, a modest dwelling on the property, while renovations began. The mansion's dilapidated state, crumbling stonework, leaking roofs, and overgrown grounds required extensive restoration, a project that would span years and reflect George's deep connection to the estate. The first priority was creating a livable space within the mansion. George and Patty focused on the third floor's west wing, transforming it into a self-contained apartment complete with a kitchen, as they spent much of their time there. This space provided a cozy retreat amidst the chaos of renovations. As work progressed, the East Wing's rooms became habitable, allowing George and Patty to relocate there. The West Wing's third-floor apartment was then occupied by members of the Hare Krishna movement, with whom George shared a spiritual bond, reflecting his immersion in Eastern philosophy during this period. Just below this third-floor West Wing apartment on the second floor, George envisioned a state-of-the-art recording studio. This location was strategic. Far from the main living areas, it ensured minimal disturbance from the household's daily activities. Positioned above the mansion's kitchen area, the studio also benefited from a private entryway, originally designed for staff when Friar Park was built. This entrance allowed musicians, engineers, and collaborators to come and go discreetly, preserving the privacy of George and Patty's family life. The studio, named F.P.S.H.O.T, standing for Friar Park Studio, Henley-on-Thames, became a cornerstone of George's creative output, blending cutting-edge technology with the mansion's eccentric charm. Construction of F.P.S.H.O.T began in the early 1970s, with George determined to create a professional-grade facility rivaling commercial studios like Abbey Road. Equipped with advanced recording gear, including a 16-track mixing console and soundproof rooms, the studio was designed for versatility, accommodating everything from solo experiments to full band sessions. Its isolation within the mansion fostered an intimate, creative atmosphere free from the pressures of external studios. The space was adorned with George's personal touches, Indian tapestries, spiritual icons, and a relaxed vibe that reflected his personality. F.P.S.H.O.T became the birthplace of several landmark albums in George's solo career. His 1970 triple album, All Things Must Pass, though primarily recorded at Abbey Road and Trident Studios, included some early demos and rehearsals in this part of the house, laying the groundwork for the studio's future use. By 1973, Living in the Material World was recorded almost entirely at F.P.S.H.O.T, showcasing the studio's capabilities with its lush production and spiritual themes. Tracks like Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth were crafted there, with George collaborating with musicians such as Nicky Hopkins, Gary Wright, and Klaus Voormann. The 1974 album Dark Horse also took shape at F.P.S.H.O.T, though its rush production reflected George's strained vocal condition at the time. Later albums, including George Harrison in 1979 and Cloud 9 in 1987, benefited from the studio's intimate setting, with Cloud 9 marking a triumphant return, featuring hits like Got My Mind Set on You and collaborations with Jeff Lynne, Eric Clapton, and Ringo Starr. Beyond his own work, F.P.S.H.O.T hosted an eclectic array of artists and friends. The studio saw visits from Ravi Shankar, whose influence deepened George's exploration of Indian music and members of the traveling Wilburys, including Bob Dylan and Tom Petty, during informal sessions in the late 1980s. George also used the studio for rehearsals, particularly for his 1991 Japan tour with Eric Clapton, with a quiet setting allowed for focused preparation. Friends and family at Friar Park occasionally contributed backing vocals or chants, infusing recordings with spiritual resonance. The studio's guest list was a who's who of rock royalty, yet its private nature kept it a hidden gem, known only to those within George's trusted circle. F.P.S.H.O.T was not just a recording space, but a reflection of George's multifaceted life, his music, spirituality, and love for Friar Park's quirky charm. The studio's design, tucked away yet accessible, mirrored his desire for balance, a place to create without sacrificing the tranquility of being home. After George's death in 2001, the studio's use diminished, but it remains part of Friar Park, now maintained by his widow, Olivia Harrison, and their son, Danny. While no longer a primary recording hub, F.P.S.H.O.T is occasionally used for archival projects, such as remastering George's catalog or compiling unreleased material for posthumous releases like the Traveling Wilburys collection in 2007. Danny, a musician himself, has preserved the studio's legacy, ensuring its historical significance endures. Today, F.P.S.H.O.T stands as a testament to George Harrison's vision, a sanctuary where artistry and spirituality converged. Its walls, steeped in the echoes of iconic recordings, continue to inspire, even as Friar Park remains a private estate, shielded from public view. The studio's story is one of creativity, community, and a Beatles' quest to carve out his own musical haven.
Oh, the gnomes are coming down the stairs, they like my little song.
So, what do you think of Friar Park Studio, George Harrison's creative haven? Do you think you would be more or less productive if you were a musician and could record in a home-based studio like George could? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Kindly remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Please check out the links below to learn how to support my research and productions. This channel is sponsored by campfireshop.com. Do me a favor and check them out, and buy some awesome candles, herbal supplements, teas, and more. Kindly be kind to all of our fellow Earthlings, and please do not harm them. And do yourself a favor and go to a local shelter and adopt a cat or a dog or both. You and they will be very glad that you did. Until next time, I wish you safe travels on all your journeys.